Everybody, happy election day. I hope you're having a good day, that you don't have long lines, that you aren't stressed out. I'm thinking of you guys here in Israel. Yeah, I just hope everything goes smoothly and you guys are safe and doing well today, that everything goes well. However, it is Tuesday and elections or not, that means I'm coming to you with more content tips to make sure that you're getting the most effectiveness out of what you're posting online and your social media presence and things of that nature. So as I was listing out ideas for what I wanted to cover today, this is the one that really jumped out to me. It's not hard to get your Facebook page right, but if you get it wrong, you lose a lot. So I wanted to go over the 13 things that I see are missed most often on Facebook pages. And once again, I literally have a list of bookkeeper websites and Facebook posts. This is from me going over them page by page and analyzing it. So these are the biggest things that I see and ways to fix them. Again, it's not hard stuff, it's just getting it all together. And full transparency, whenever I do these lives, these tutorials, it's always a really good call out for me. So I actually had to go back and look at my own page to make sure I had filled everything in, and I actually had to keep myself accountable, and I updated a couple things while I was going through this. So for what it's worth, if you don't have all this stuff put together, it's fine, it's okay. So I will go ahead and get started. If you need to see a text version of this, that's fine. I put a really abbreviated text checklist in the description of this video. That way you could access it more easily without having to go through the whole video. But if you want my face, here's my face, and we'll go through it one by one, okay? All right, so 13 mistakes that I see most often on Facebook pages. Number one, this is something that you guys won't be surprised of, not posting enough. Not posting enough. It's important for two different reasons. One, of course, you know, the whole algorithm visibility thing. The more you post, the more likely you will be seen and rewarded by Facebook. However, it also, I think about it, when you come across a new vendor, a new service provider, and you double check them like on social media or their website, and you find that their online presence is out of date, it kind of throws off a red flag, right? You have to keep your posts current. Once again, I have that content membership to help you post consistently, but that is the biggest thing I see when it comes to pages. You get this beautiful page set up with this beautiful logo and your links and stuff like that, but then your last post is from 9 months ago, and it's just like, what does that mean? Again, you may be marketing somewhere else. Maybe you have your efforts more on LinkedIn, maybe your efforts are more on YouTube. Great. But if you're trying to focus on marketing through Facebook, you're going to need to post to it consistently. That's all there is to it. Again, the easiest way I can think to help you with that is to sign up for the membership plan, and I have that link in the comments now. The price did go up at the end of last month, but if you have any questions about it, just let me know. Anyway, so one, not posting enough. It matters. Number two, this is something I actually had a conversation about with a potential client recently. The biggest thing that I see people missing out on is not sharing their business content to their personal profile. Now I want to talk you through that because it's something I had resistance on in the beginning, and that a lot of my clients have early on. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's, you know, it's my friends and stuff like that. And I get it. I know it's hard. So the question I asked on this call, if I gave you a good reason why it was more effective, would you be open to it? And so she was willing to listen to me, and that's great. So the easiest thing I can tell you why it's important to post your business content onto your personal profile, look at how many people follow your page, and then look at how many friends you have. Like, even for me, after doing this for like almost a year and a half or something like that, I have only a little over 200 people who like actually follow my page. I have like 1,500 connections on my profile. So you can see the difference in the audience. Only the people who are following your page are going to see it. So I don't want just 200 people to see my content. I want everybody I've got on my Facebook profile to see, right? So that is the most basic reason I can tell you to share on your personal profile, because ideally you'll be friending people in a strategic business manner, right? So don't lose out on that visibility. Don't lose out on that ability to connect with a lot more people a lot faster. Share where you have a bigger audience, and it probably is on your profile. So keep that in mind. So number 2, you don't share your personal profile. There's a reason for it. Make sure that you do it. And there's a way to do it where you're not slimy or pushy or creepy. I know that was something that I was afraid of too. There's a way to do it. It's okay. You're allowed to talk about your business on your profile page. I promise you won't get tomatoes thrown at you. Anyways, number three mistake that I see on Facebook page. Again, if you are getting reviews somewhere else, this is fine. But the number 3 mistake I see is you have 0 reviews on your Facebook page. Again, if you're amassing reviews in other places, on other social media platforms, like you've got tons of them on LinkedIn, then great. Don't worry about this. Then Facebook isn't your main mode of getting reviews. But if Facebook is where you want your marketing to be, you want people to leave reviews. Because part of the beautiful thing about it is when they leave reviews, it automatically links their name and their business. It's very convincing social proof. If you look online, you can see that I've got quite a few built up now. I think I'm close to a dozen by now. That's very intentional. I want when people come to check out my page and my business, I want them to see that other people have used me and have got good results from it. It's really important. I can't just tell you I'm great. I need someone else to help with that. If you guys are a part of my membership, you know that every week when I send out the email, I ask, if you like this, leave a testimonial, because it matters for my business and it matters for yours too. So again, if you're trying to market your business through Facebook, ask for testimonials and send specifically the Facebook page link. Again, if Facebook isn't where you're housing your testimonials, that's fine. But if it's something that you want to take advantage of, if your Facebook page is like one of your main, the main faces of your business, it's important. And once again, I get a lot of resistance from people being like, well, I don't know how to ask for it. I feel weird about it. I don't have very many clients. My biggest suggestion I could give to you is ask it as a favor. Ask and tell them this will make a huge difference for my business. If you could do this, I'd really appreciate it. It just takes 5 minutes. Here's the link. And especially like if you're brand new, you'd be surprised. People love to help the underdog. They want to help you succeed. Don't be afraid to ask. It'll make a big difference for your business, and you'll be surprised how many sweet reviews you'll get back, quite honestly. Not everyone will, but some will send you something very sweet. So that's the 3rd mistake I see. No reviews on your page. Make sure that you try and at least get a couple so that you're validated on social media. It matters. Number 4, your about sections. Something I actually had to double check and clean up a little bit. So on your page, there's an about section. You have, like a couple sentences to talk about what the page is about. Now, it gives no direction beyond that, but I want to give you a little bit more. So when it comes to the about section on your page, that is the place where you want to make sure, I know I talk about this all the time, I'll keep saying it, you're not listing their services, you're talking about how you can benefit them. Who are you helping and how do you make their lives better? So this is something I had to change on my own. So for example, helping bookkeepers and accountants to write, create, and use strategic marketing content to increase their visibility, generate more warm leads, and even double their client base. So you can see how I talked about, I give an idea of what I do, I give an idea of who I serve, and the results they're going to get. It's just that they'll be more visible, they'll have more clients. That's the kind of thing you want to do. Everything in your content is about your client, it's not about you. So I had to make sure I made them understand that this is about you, and this is how I can help you. Think about that when it comes to your about section. The question they're trying to answer is, how are you going to help me? So make sure you answer that in your about me page. They don't care about you listing your services quite as much. Make sure you tell them this is how I can help you. So make sure it's focused on them, not you. So number 5, you got to make sure your content on your page has a little meat. If it's all fluff, I'm very glad that you're posting consistently, but if it's all fluff and inspirational quotes and very pretty Canva templates asking questions like, what did you have for coffee today, and that's it, you're not going to get sales that way. You're not going to have leads. You're not going to be known as an authority in your field. You're going to have some meat to your content. I love the designs, and there is a part of it that's important, but it doesn't replace having good content. So make sure that you think of it like, it's kind of like junk food a little bit, especially if it's not helping an engagement part of your strategy. You guys know that when I put together the content membership, there are 3 main posts that I do. It's 1 for personal engagement to get comments, raise your algorithm, but the other 2 that I have are value and sales. You want to make sure that you're giving them something that's useful, sharing a link to a video that will help them, reconcile their books every month, sharing an article about PPP, current rules and things of that nature. And then that makes you an authority in their mind. And then also ask for the sale. So it's good to have the fluffy Canva stuff in there, especially if you're sharing about yourself, but it's not enough by itself. It's just junk food by itself. You wouldn't have just dessert every day. You want the meat, you want the potatoes. So make sure that's in your content. All right, number 6, this kind of goes along with like the junk food thing. One of the biggest mistakes I see is not asking for the sale or not telling them the next step. Again, when you're generating leads, when you're trying to get someone from being aware to you to actually buying from you, it's a conversation, it's a relationship you're developing. It's not just one conversation. So you have to, don't make them guess about what the next way to get help from you is. So for example, like even in the description of this video, I have like 3 things that you can do next. You can check out my Facebook group, you can sign up for my membership, you can go to my Facebook page. I want you to have next steps on how to keep interacting with me, keep getting value from me, and maybe eventually hire me. And you need to have that in mind as you're creating like your Facebook page content. You need to make sure that you're asking for the sale, asking them to sign up with you, buy from you, schedule a call, and tell them what the next steps are. And even if it's not something so there's direct call to action, there's transitional call to action. Direct is schedule a call, purchase this service today. Transitional is when you're giving something valuable when they aren't ready to buy yet, or it's like smaller dollar. So like, I have a new lead magnet freebie that I can give to you. I have a new checklist that I just made that I'd love to share with you. Let me know if you want it. Things of that nature. So, but make sure that you continue the conversation. You ask for the sale. So once again, that's what I see. It's fluffy. It's not asking for that next step. I know it's scary. I know because I've been there. I went through that process. But it's like a muscle. You work asking for the sale, and it gets easier and easier every time. I promise. On the flip side, number 7, you're only offering sales posts. The only thing you're posting every single time is buy from me, call from me, find out more about my services. And it's just like, I want you to think about if you were watching, say you turn to a channel on TV and all you see is commercial, 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 commercial. You're going to turn the channel. It's just like, okay, it's 8 commercials in a row now. I'm going to stop paying attention. And that's what'll happen if all you do is ask for the sale, ask for the sale, ask for the sale. There's a balance. Once again, this is something that I have in the content membership. You're allowed to ask for the sale, you need to, but it needs to be a part of a bigger balance, a bigger conversation, right? So you can't just ask for the sale every single time, because then they'll tune you out. Because that's telling me you don't care about me, you just want my money. So you have to wrap it up with other stuff. So make sure to include it, but don't have to be the only thing you include, because you want them to stay tuned in with you and interacting with you. So that was 7. Number 8, not showing your face or your staff. So my page has my profile picture as my face, my profile picture as like the little profile picture for the page. It doesn't matter if it's that or your company logo, that's fine. But make sure that when it comes to the content on your page that your face is in there. This is for a lot of reasons. One, it's just like we are visually attracted to faces. It's just like that draws our eye more than anything else. It's biological, evolutionary. We want to see faces. We are drawn to them. So the more, like when you have faces on your business page, it's going to grab eyes when it's in their feed. Another thing is people like to buy from people. And if all they see is sterile graphics the whole time, they don't know who you are. They don't know how to interact with you. But if you put your face in there, it humanizes your business, and people like to work with people. So make sure that you're on there. Again, I know, so I want to give 2 quick tips on that. I know that it's hard sometimes to deal with selfies. Right now, I'm having like a weird hair day. I have new over-the-ear headphones, and apparently it makes my hair stick out like like this, whatever. But there are 2 things that you can do when it comes to sharing your face on your profile that's pretty low risk. One, if you get professional portraits, use those suckers over and over again. I know that that may be the safest way to do it. And even if it is just a couple of good professional portraits of you and not like selfies, that's okay. Your face is on your feed. Just do that. And the other thing is, when you're having a good hair day, not like me today, when you are having a good hair day, create a big old bunch of selfies. Change your shirt 3 different times, put on different big earrings, make it look like you have different days. I have my selfie folder in my phone. I have it filled up with good hair days. And so, like, for example, whatever I post tomorrow, I probably won't take that picture tomorrow. I took the picture before. But make sure that you are putting your face on there. And if it has to be from something, it doesn't have to be like in the moment that you put the face on there, but make sure your face is in there. So that's number 8. Number 9. This is a fun one that I actually came across recently, and I was pretty pleased with the result. So you guys know when you sign into a Facebook page, it has the little messenger pop up, and then it has the auto-responding questions. It's just like you can design things in your page where you can choose like a limited number of automatic questions and then script in automatic answers, right? I see that being done redundantly. So they give some suggestions on on the kind of questions for people to ask that you can give automatic responses. And so it's just like, what are your hours? What's your website? How do I get in contact with you? Your hours are already on your page. Use this for something else. So for example, what I have on my Facebook page is, this is especially important for me because I have like a whole time zone thing. I'm 7 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time Zone, so some people are trying to reach me when I'm long asleep. I can't help them at that point. But I can set up this autoresponder in a way that helps give them more information. So the 2 questions that I made sure to have on there, I asked, do you want to learn more about the social media membership? And then the auto response gives them a link that goes straight to the membership page, right? And then the other question I have pop up, I'm like, do you want to see samples of my writing and lead magnets? And guess what? I have it set up that it has another link and it goes straight to my website. So make sure that when you use that autoresponder, be strategic with it. Take it to the next step. Again, I keep telling you, it's just like, you want to tell them what the next thing is. You want to make it easy. Don't make them guess. It's the perfect place for that. You can literally hand them the next link. Now, you may have to do some back-end work to make sure the page is set up correctly, and that's exactly what I did. It's just like I have my sample page set up very carefully to make sure that it's useful for people to look at it without my input, right? But it's worth it. It's doing work for you, right? So make sure that you set that up in a certain way on your business page. It's really cool. I actually wrote my notes today by hand. That's different. Number 10. Ooh, yeah, this is important. Okay. Not everyone takes advantage of like the banner at the top of their page. Some people have a beautiful landscape. Some people have just like, their logo, and that's nice, but you're missing out on a very nice strategic piece of content. So for example, something you'll see in mine, I actually need to update it, and that's okay. You'll see that I explain what I do, and it looks like a fake button, but you are trying to encourage them, okay, maybe you'll click here. And so I have a visual in my banner that says, do you want to learn more about the social media membership? Click here now. And then it brings up the banner. Now, when it brings up the banner and you click on the image, of course you can see the description for the image, right? What you want to put in the description is the link to what I want them to go to next. So for me, it's just like I talk about, this service of mine in the image, tell them to click here. And even though it's not technically a button, it still works like one, right? And then in the description, it gives the link. And so once again, I'm directing them to the next step. I'm making it very easy for them to keep talking to me, keep interacting with me. So again, this is something you can do in Canva. It's not hard. It's just one more strategic thing to help keep moving them into your world and interacting with you. So yeah, social media banner. Number 11, broken links. Okay, so I found this one a lot today. Like I said, I actually go into like pages and I click around and I see what's going on. So I know some people have, domain emails set up, but their website isn't quite done yet. So I'll try and click on the website link included on the page, but then it's broken. I think 3 times today when I was researching for this, it's just like domain's not available. No one has set up this website yet. It doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good when someone's trying to learn more about you. They obviously are trying to go from your page to your website to learn more about you, and then it's not working. It's just like, once again, it's a little red flag. So maybe your link is broken, maybe it's misspelled, if that's the case, okay. But make sure that it works. Another important button to make sure you have work is, there's like that big blue button right in the banner of your business page, right? Make sure it's going to the right place. Make sure it's the correct link for your call calendar. Make sure it's going to the right email address, things of that nature. So when you have a minute, make sure that you view your page as a visitor, not as yourself. You can view it easily as a visitor, and make sure you click through things. Are the links going to the right places? Are they spelled correctly? Is anything broken? Because it's a really fast way to lose them if you don't have that all put together. So yes, broken links. And then number 12, if your images are not formatted to the right size, it doesn't look professional. So the banner image, of course, is a different proportion than your profile image, and then same with the images in your posts. So you want to make sure that they're the right size. Now, if you have Canva, I use Canva for all of those kinds of things. You can usually set it up so that you can actually just select, I want to create a Facebook page banner, and it'll help format it the right way. But make sure that when you do add it, all of the information you want to see on there is visible, right? So make sure that the image is formatted, or else you'll have weird stuff cut off, and maybe they won't click, or maybe they won't like how it appears or interact. So make sure that just like when you do have these images, or especially if they have text in them, make sure all the text is visible, and you may have to leave like a border around the edge of the image to make sure the important stuff is seen, right? If you're going to go to the trouble of making the image, make sure it's effective, right? So image is not formatted. Again, Canva usually has preset dimensions that you can select, but always make sure to double check it, right? And then number 13, this is something I see every once in a while, huge paragraphs of text. You get inspired and you write a post, and then it's like 14 lines with no breaks and no emojis. No one's going to read that. It's visually overwhelming. It's hard for our brains. It's not how we function and read in today's society. We want short paragraphs, we want bullet points, we want subheaders. So make sure that even if you are posting something long is fine. Just make sure that you have it broken out in an easy way. For example, in this video, I made sure to say I have 13 points. That way you have something, to expect and to follow. It's kind of the same with like your posts. Make sure that it's not just one bit of text. Make sure you have it broken out, like maybe 2 sentences per paragraph, and then put some white space in there. Throw in an emoji just to be fun. You can get away with that even on a business page because it's social media. It's a little more relaxed on social media than like say your website necessarily. And then one last bonus tip. This isn't specifically content related, but again, the second thing I told you guys is that people don't share it to their profile. If you are sharing to your profile, make sure that you keep friending new business connections. Always be expanding your audience, always be expanding your network. Friend people, connect with them, whatever it takes. Stay active, because if no one's reading your content, nothing's going to happen. So keep expanding your network. Don't lose out on that element. Don't forget that part of your content, making sure that you have butts in the seats, so to say. But anyways, that's what I have for you today. Those are the 13 mistakes that I see most often on pages. Again, none of them are hard to fix. They really aren't. And once again, I've got the link to the content membership in the description of the video. It's super easy to sign up, and it'll definitely solve any problems you may have with posting consistently. Like I said, some of my members have doubled their client base using just that, which is amazing. So, yay, it works. Anyways, if you have any questions, just let me know. Again, there's a text version of this list in the description to make it easier for you to run through real fast on your own page. And yeah, that is what I have for you today. Happy election day, happy voting. I hope you guys are are safe and good, and that all goes well. I'm thinking of you and sending you lots of, so much love. Sending you so much love from Israel, and I will talk to you guys later, okay? Bye.